Questions and comments. The honourable member for Sherwood Park, Port Saskatchewan.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. The fact is, people in my constituency and across Canada have a legitimate basis for being worried about the intentions of the government, because the Trans Mountain Pipeline really is the only pipeline that this government hasn't killed yet, and they're looking for all kinds of different ways to get to know. With Northern Gateway, it was killing it directly. With Energy East, it was compounding the process for review to such an extent that was far beyond what we've seen in any other similar project. The government, frankly, is looking for excuses to kill these projects, even if they don't necessarily want to say that they're doing it directly. So there's a legitimate concern there that Canadians have about the government's credibility on this issue. And I guess what I want to understand from the Parliamentary Secretary is, what's the difference? If they profess to be supportive of this particular pipeline project, but on the other hand, they've done everything they can to kill every other pipeline project, why should Canadians have confidence in them when it comes to this one?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Trade.
Thank you very much. I would like to remind my honourable member that it was the courts that killed Northern Gateway explicitly because of the previous government's failure to consult. I've spent my time explaining that the confidence we had to rebuild as a result of the previous government's egregious actions in gutting the Fisheries Act and the Navigable Waters Protection Act, in closing the Kitts Coast Guard base, in not acting to ensure that the west coast of Canada was protected in consideration of adding additional tankers. We believe, and I certainly believe that my colleagues are capable of this, when we have interests of British Columbians and Albertans that seem to be at odds for the moment, we, as federal members of Parliament, have an obligation to work together in the greater good. Thank you.
Questions.